Joining us is Dan Ives, Wedbush Managing Director of Equity Research. Dan, obviously these earnings don't matter, right? We don't have revenues on either of these companies. So what are investors teeing off of? What should we be looking for in these results?
Yeah, it's all building the framework for what's going to be the next few years for both of them. I mean, if you look, Nikola, it's about the partnerships from a hydrogen perspective and building out the factory in Arizona. And I think that continues to be steps in the right direction. And you look at a Fisker, this fundamentally comes down to Foxconn, some of the partnerships. And I think these are laying the groundwork. Take a step back. It's a golden age of EVs. Investors are looking for signs who are going to be the next players. And no doubt, Fisker, especially where they stand, they're going to be one that's going to benefit from this green tidal wave. And Nikola, despite the headwinds they've gone through, seems like they're emerging on the other side with some positives.
How significant, Dan, was the Fisker Foxconn announcement?
It's a game changer for them because that was the biggest concern from a production perspective. And they jumped into the deep end of the pool of Foxconn, which now tangentially with Apple on the EV hunt in terms of going through the EV dating game, there's a thesis now that Fisker could potentially be involved on the Apple EV initiatives. And when you look at Foxconn, that's sort of the gold standard. So it's a huge positive for Fisker in the EV side.
So just talk us, Dan, through the valuations on both of these names when you're looking so far into the future and building on this momentum that you're getting from announcements like a deal with Foxconn.
Yeah, it's really going to the next 5 to 10 years and looking what deliveries could be, what the market looks like. We believe it's a $5 trillion market over the next decade. And with the green tidal wave in the U.S., you look at Fisker, what this could ultimately do. I mean, they could start to get 3, 4, 5% of the share of the EV market. And that's what investors are looking at. And then when you look at a Nikola, it's about hydrogen and about the semi-truck market. And that globally, they continue to be a pure play there. And despite all the headaches we've seen, investors are betting that they're going to have a big market share, which is going to be a significant market. That's really the key to what's driving these stocks.
And potentially your positivity as well, talking up both names. Fisker now up 6% after hours. Dan, thank you. Dan Ives.
Thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.